Valley Club, a new arena meta is on the horizon, and the Annihilators are the team to shake it up. In this video, we got the kit reveals for Endgame Thanos, Gorr the God Butcher, and Gladiator, and we got the reveals for the two rework characters, Silver Surfer and Ultimus. And if you're ready to see how dominant this Annihilator team is going to be, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button, and let's go annihilate it. And welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel, and although I may look exactly like Endgame Thanos, I am ValleyFlyin, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're ready for the new kits for this new arena meta dominant team. Endgame Thanos, Gorr the God Butcher, Gladiator. We're talking about all their kits in this video, and we got some rework characters as well. Silver Surfer and Ultimus. Is this character finally gonna be worth upgrading? But before we get to these reveals, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Strike Force content on a non-holiday week. There are at least 5 Marvel Strike Force videos per week on this channel, but I'm going out of town this week and next week, so maybe a little lighter this week, next week. But yeah, all the great Marvel Strike Force content to help your experience in Marvel Strike Force. Let's jump over to test server to talk about this new arena meta Annihilator team. And like a lot of these teams, we got these 3 new members, and these are going to be kind of comparable, I think, to Miss Marvel Hardlight, Black Cat, and Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes, the 3 that are going to stay in the arena meta. And as usual with rework characters for arena teams, these are probably going to be the first to fall off. So build Silver Surfer and Ultimus for right now, but just know that once you get these better characters like Apocalypse, Super Skrull, maybe Mephisto, you're going to run and replace these characters in the arena meta for some better characters. But let's start with one of the best characters of this team. That is Endgame Thanos. A lot of these teams have like a kind of a leader that kind of stand out from the pack. Extreme had it with Nightcrawler. Hive Mind, Void Knight really stands out of the pack with that team. And for the Annihilator team, it is gonna be Endgame Thanos, and he has the tags Villain, Cosmic, Skill, Brawler, Annihilator, and he's war ready. If we look at the speed, it is a 123, and then the unique that Endgame Thanos is gonna take is this Osmium, same stuff as Val, Nova, Morgan Le Fay, Nightcrawler, Gambit, and a few other characters. Well, let's jump into the kit for Endgame Thanos, and like Ares and all characters moving forward after Ares, there's gonna be much simpler kits. The base stats on all the characters are gonna be much higher, so their power levels are gonna be a little higher, but we should get much simpler kits for that. And the basic for Endgame Thanos, attack the primary target 300% damage, plus apply heal block for 2 turns and 2 bleeds for 1 turn, reduce the speed bar by 5%, and then you're gonna repeat that attack 1 more time. The T4 for the basic adds 70% more damage to the primary target, so decent basic there. We have the special 3-turn cooldown with the special. It's going to do a lot. You're going to bury yourself and all allies by 15% of this character's max health. So this is a character that you probably want to max out as soon as you can. Attacking the primary target for 350% damage. Plus, you're going to apply exposed trauma for 2 turns, stun for 2 turns. You're going to copy all negative effects on this character and each ally to the primary target. So primary target's gonna get a lot. You're gonna chain to 5 adjacent enemies, 300% damage, plus applying offense down for 2 turns. Counterattack will break this chain. The T4 is gonna add 70% damage to the primary and secondary targets, applying trauma for 2 turns, stun for 2 turns, chain to 5 adjacent enemies. And the ultimate, it is a 7-turn cooldown starting with 5 ability energy. What you're gonna do, clearing all negative effects on self, gaining offense up, attacking all enemies, 270% piercing, plus reducing the duration of all positive effects on each enemy by 2, applying offense down for 2 turns, heal block for 2 turns. Any positive effect that has a duration of 0 expires instantly, including Safeguard. This attack ignores defense up, and this is kind of their solution to Safeguard. I think this is a good solution because it doesn't really break the rules of Safeguard. It doesn't take off Safeguard, but it does reduce the duration. So I think this is a good way around them getting through that Safeguard. Let me know what you think of this solution for Safeguard and getting around this. This, like I said, this doesn't totally break the rules, so this is good. And then the passive, it should be shorter, and it does look shorter than some of the other recent characters that we've had. The first time this character drops below 50% health, you're gonna clear all negative effects on self and all Annihilator allies. You're gonna reduce the duration of all positive effects by 5 on all enemies, and any positive effect has a duration of 0. It expires instantly, including Safeguard. So yeah, you're reducing a lot of the positive effects, even through Safeguard, anytime, well, the first time that Thanos drops below 50% health. You're also going to attack all enemies 400% piercing damage plus 30% drain. The attack gains 1,000% extra focus. It's unavoidable, cannot be blocked, cannot be counterattacked. Once per turn, when any enemy with exposed to this attack, you're going to generate 1 ability energy for 2 random allies or self that were not full energy at the start of the current turn. And in arena only, enemies cannot gain immunity when Endgame Thanos is on the field. And this character and all Annihilator allies cannot gain trauma with Endgame Thanos on the field as well. So very, very good stuff. The T4 is going to add 150% piercing to all enemies. And the first time this character drops below 50%, reduce the duration of all positive effects by 5 on all these positive effects. So this is a very, very important T4. Do this T4. Thanos is probably the best of this team, but let's move on to Gorr, the God Butcher. I like this character's character model. Looks very good to me. The tags: villain, cosmic, bio, controller, annihilator, symbiote, and war ready. I like that they gave him the symbiote tag. Not sure if this is going to have some extra synergy with some symbiotes that are out there. But as far as his base stats, a lot higher than some of the characters that we've had recently. Like I said, Ares and On, these characters are going to have much greater base stats. The speed for Gorr is 129, and the unique that Gorr takes is this Bloodborne Nanobot. Same thing as Phantom X, Misty Knight, a few other trashy characters. So the good thing is that most characters won't need this if you're trying to equip Gorr. The basic for Gorr, pretty simple basic, and I like these newly simplified kits. Attacking the primary target, 270% piercing, clear all charge, and apply defense down for 2 turns. The T4 is going to add 50% piercing to the primary target. The special, 3-turn cooldown, so you could use this right on turn 1, attacking the primary target, 350% damage, applying ability block for 2 turns. Also attacking adjacent targets for 350% damage, applying heal block for 2 turns. Then you're going to clear all charge and revive once on each target. Clear a stun and ability block from Annihilator and Symbiote allies. I'm wondering if there's going to be some synergy with the symbiotes. There is that tag there, but I'm wondering if there's actual use case in the game. Let me know your thoughts on this just from seeing this kit so far. This attack cannot be blocked or dodged. Next is the ultimate. It is a 6-turn cooldown. You start with 6 ability energy, so you could use this on turn 1 as well. If any enemy has charged, fill this character's speed bar by 20%. You're going to attack all enemies for 320% piercing, clearing all charge, defense up, evades, and revive once. This is great, clearing the charged. Applying safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Annihilator allies, clearing all battlefield effects on the enemy side. This attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked. This is a very strong character, and right away I see some very strong use case for this character in War and Cosmic Crucible. Moving on to the passive, On Death, or it starts with On Spawn. You're going to gain charge and barrier for self for 20% of this character's max health. Then on Death, you're going to gain +1 charge up to a maximum of 4, and this is on any death. So your teams, the enemy teams, minions, anything on enemy death, you're gaining more charges. Characters killed by Gorr cannot be revived, and I think that's pretty fitting for this character. Let me know your thoughts on this mechanic in the passive. Also, on turn, if this character has 4 more charge, attack the most injured non-summon enemy, ignoring taunt and stealth. You're going to attack it not with some random move. You're going to attack it with this character's special Tendril Terror. But the ability level for this attack is capped at the level of this passive. So if you have it at level 5 for the passive, well, it's going to be a level 5 special, not whatever level you have this built up to. And then you're going to clear all the charge on this character, then gain 250% focus for each Annihilator ally. And while this character has charge, this character cannot gain bleed. And in arena, while this character has charge, Annihilator characters cannot gain bleed. This is a screw you to Robbie Reyes. You're also going to lower the assist chance for all enemies by 100%, so no assists. And last but not least for these new characters is Gladiator. Villain, Cosmic, Bio, Protector, Annihilator, War Ready. Stats for Annihilator, the speed is a 121, not bad for a Protector. And as far as the unique for Gladiator, it is this stuff, the Prometheum. Same thing as Miss Marvel, Hardlight, Namor, Doctor Strange, Heartless, Gamora, and a few other characters. And if we take a look at the kit for Guardian. Well, the basic, you're attacking the primary target and adjacent target is 270% damage. If this character's health is 50% or more, apply offense down for 2 turns to each target. And if this character is below 50% health, this attack gains 25% more drain. I like this kind of mechanic. Above 50%, doing offense down. Below 50%, getting some drain to get some health back. The T4 is going to add 60% damage to the primary and secondary targets. The special is a 5-turn cooldown, starting with 5 ability energy. You're going to start with clearing all barrier on all enemies. You're going to flip all negative effects on self and all Annihilator allies. Then you're going to attack all enemies, 330% damage. If this character's health is 50% or more, clearing all positive effects on all enemies. That is a strong move. Applying Safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Annihilator allies. If this character is 50% health, or if below 50% health, applying immunity for 2 turns, 3 regeneration for 2 turns to self and all Annihilator allies. This attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked or counterattacked. The T4 is gonna clear all barrier on all enemies, 60% damage to all enemies and clearing all positive effects on all enemies. The passive, on spawn, gain taunt, immunity, and safeguard, applying defense up for 2 turns to self and all Annihilator allies. On turn, this character is below 50% health, heal self for 5% of this character's max health. So nice protector. When he's dropped below health, he's gonna gain drain on his basic and start healing himself on turn. When this character drops below 30% health, gain regeneration. If this character has taunt, gain stealth. So stealth normally just takes the taunts right off. This character has 2 or more Annihilator allies while this character health is 50% or more. This character and all allies cannot gain exposed or vulnerable. That is going to be very, very valuable at the start of the match. While he does have that extra 50, or while his health is above that 50% health. In Arena, this character and all Annihilator allies cannot gain slow. While this character's health is 50% or more. Enemies cannot fill or reduce speed bar for themselves, allies, or enemy. This does not apply to speed gain through normal means. So this passive will affect characters like Kang or Cable that change the speed bar of your team or the other team, but it won't affect a character like Emma that actually changes the speed stat of the enemies. So this is a good move. All right, and now it's time to move on to the rework for Silver Surfer. Like I said in the beginning, usually when a character gets a rework for a raid, Cosmic Crucible, or War, they get a much more robust rework that affects a bunch of different game modes. When a character is reworked for Arena, usually the devs do like a very mini rework. Example, Scarlet Witch, when she got reworked for the Darkhold, very, very minimal rework. Same thing with Doctor Strange, the normal Doctor Strange for the Secret Defenders. Wasn't a very strong rework. And same case with Silver Surfer. He actually had none of his kit adjusted. It's only his base stats. So his health stat went up by 167%. Damage went up by 59%. Armor went up by 179%. Focus went up by 252%. And the resistance went up by 213%. So Silver Surfer got a lot better. He had a pretty good kit before, but yeah, mainly his stats got this big boost. And as far as Ultimate, he did get some big stat boosts as well. Hadn't had a rework in a while, and even after his previous reworks, he's a pretty bad character. Ultimate health stats went up by 251%, damage 156%, armor 242%, focus went up by 321%, resistance went up by 279%, and speed went up by 41%, so his speed did get adjusted. As far as the changes, the kit of Ultimus, very minor rework to his special and his ultimate. The special had this line added at the bottom, apply an additional regeneration to self and all Annihilator allies. As far as the ultimate, but a few things added here. So first, this top line here, flipping offense down, then applying 1 offense up to self, or +1 offense up to self. That line was added, was not there before, and these at the bottom. Apply defense down and ability block to all enemy protectors, and flipping 3 negative effects to positive effects on self and all Annihilator and Kree allies. A very strong looking team, and if we add up all the passes for these new characters, enemies will not be able to gain immunity, will not be able to assist, and will not be able to manipulate speed bar, and your Annihilators in Arena, they can't gain bleed, they can't gain trauma, and they can't gain slows. So those 3 new characters and their passives really make them very strong in Arena. Let me know your thoughts on this entire Annihilator team. Are you going to build the 3 new characters, or are you going to look for those reworks for Ultimus or Silver Surfer and give them some potential value in other game modes? Hopefully you got some value from this video, and if you did, leave it a like. It is free for you, tremendously helps out the channel. And if you want to see how to beat a full Illuminati team with Captain Britain and Cosmic Crucible, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump, ValleyFlyin out.